Welcome to the Geeta Chopra Show. This is your time to heal naturally. Embrace nature's healing energy. Get back in tune with your higher self through yoga, meditation, healing foods, living in balance, healthy relationships, and harnessing the true power of prayer. You are powerful. You are loved. And you can do it. I am Geeta Chopra, and let's heal together, naturally. Welcome to this week's episode of the Geeta Chopra Show. Today I'm going to talk to you about the power of positive thinking and how it can be life transformational. The thoughts we cultivate go out into the universe, come back, and attract similar energies to fulfill their purpose. This is happening whether you realize it or not, and it is because the law of attraction is always working. My guest today, Azuka Zuke, is a strong believer in the American dream. He has his humble beginnings in Nigeria, West Africa, and today he is here with us in the U.S. as an international mega speaker attracting thousands of followers. He has written 11 books and continues to magnetize the globe daily. He says he gets his inspiration from his higher power. So join me today in welcoming to the show. Welcome to the show, Azuka.
Thank you so much, Geeta. Thank you.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you here today.
Thank you.
Good. Well, I see you have all your books.
Yes.
For the audience. That's just great. So tell me more about yourself. How did you end up to be in the position you are today?
Azuka, in a nutshell, grew up in Nigeria, West Africa, under the guidance of very strict disciplinarian parents. One of the things mom taught me at home was to always believe in yourself. So at a very young age, I started believing in myself, but it didn't really click. You know, being a child, still a teenager, I still trying to grasp the concept of life and how to live it to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
So, but going to primary school was a very big step in my life, you know, where I learned the rudimentaries of education. Went to secondary school, another tough hurdle. It wasn't easy because we didn't have so much in Africa growing up then. But Mom will always tell me that if you believe in yourself and work hard every single day and pray, she so much believes in power of prayer.
Wow. And we're going to definitely get into that, the power of prayer, the power of gratitude. We have a lot here for you today.
Yes. So that was exactly Azuka growing up in Nigeria and then went to the university, another big hurdle. But I always believed in being the best version of myself.
Oh, that's really good. So being the best version of yourself.
Yes.
That's what we should all strive to do.
Yes.
Okay,
At
good.
all times, yes.
So the title of this episode is The Power of Positive Thinking. So what is positive thinking according to Azuka?
Positive thinking is the mental attitude of expecting positive outcomes in our lives.
So expecting a positive outcome.
Yes.
So you're saying if we don't expect a positive outcome, we get a negative one. So what we expect, we get.
Yes.
Wow. That's simple, but very profound.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes. Yes.
So how do you make it come true? Well, what's the ammunition behind that? Is it the law of attraction?
It's tied to a lot of attraction. Whatever we think about, we work on, because that's a very big aspect of the whole thing.
Work on?
You have to work on it.
Okay.
You don't just start thinking positively, expecting things and they happen.
Right.
You have to work on those projects, the aim. You have to have a chief aim in life. You can set goals. It could be short-term goals or long-term goals, but you got to work on it. And working on it means you are telling the universe that you are ready to accept these things you are looking for. So the work puts you in an atmosphere where in the brain there's what's called the reticular activation system. Once you get to work, that reticular activation system is activated and starts showing you the opportunities, the people, the things you need to do in line with the work you are putting in to attract those things to yourself.
Very true. So I'm hearing a lot of the law of attraction. So
Yes.
basically when you have those thoughts in your head, the universe will find the way to
It will
bring
find
you
a way to make it happen.
kind of connect. It's like how you and I connected, right?
Yes.
Positive thinking.
Yes.
You found me. You came on the show and here we are.
Yes.
So
yes.
that reminds me of something, what you said earlier. I think a goal without a plan is just a wish.
Yes.
So that goes back to you saying we need to take action.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you grew up in Africa and now you're here and you spoke a lot about the American dream.
Yes.
Tell me more about what's your definition of the American dream?
My American dream, okay, let me put it this way. Growing up in Nigeria, I had always seen a lot of things about America. You know, things I read in the newspapers, in the magazines, on TV. Dad had a very small TV then, black and white. You know,
Wow.
sometimes when they are doing these American movies, I remember some of the actors and actresses in America were very young then. Gary Coleman, one of them, may he so rest in peace. So I was able to be exposed a little to things happening in America. I see the view had big houses. I started telling myself, I can live in this country. Yes.
Very good. So you started attracting it from a young age.
Yes. So over time, as I started developing myself in high school, in college, I would tell my mom, I want to go to America. I want to go to America. Mom was making fun of me. Oh, please stop. Where do you have the money? Who will fight for you? Who will send you to America? I said, Mom, it will happen one day.
Amazing. Yeah. And now you're on TV in America.
Yes.
You're not just watching TV.
I'm so excited
that's
about
amazing.
that.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
That's remarkable. Well,
so
congratulations
grateful.
to you.
Thank you.
These are amazing. These are all your books, and we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
I just flipped through some of them, and I noticed, the power of prayer, the power of gratitude.
Yes.
These are all daily skills that habits that we need to have, really, right? Okay. So what's the tipping point in your life?
The tipping point in my life was when I came to America. I did a lot of jobs. Every job in America I've done was the best. Everything I've done in America, I'm so grateful. Even when I was working at Wendy's, it was so fantastic. I was working with excitement and happiness and gratitude every day. But the tipping point was when I started developing those things my mother was telling me in Africa. Moms are wonderful people. She saw in me what I didn't see in myself. So when I started developing those things like writing, talking to people, having a decent conversation, people were like, wow, you have so much energy. I never knew. So when I wrote my first book, The Power to Excel, right here, when I wrote The Power to Excel, right, I was a little scared. Are people going to read my books? America is such a big country full of people,
Sure.
Japanese, Chinese, Americans, Indians, all of. How am I going to do this? Africans. But then the first book signing was in my church. People showed up. My pastor was running all over the place, setting things up, putting music. I'm like, this thing is working. This could be the tipping point. This could be that sign to tell you, you better take this very serious.
Wow.
Story short, people lined up.
So you took action.
Yes.
It sounds like you took the action. You
Yes.
published the book. You didn't
Yes.
wait. You wrote it, and then you published it, and then
Yes.
people came.
Yes.
So build it, and they will
Yes.
come.
So that was the tipping action. You build it, they will come. That was the tipping point. I was signing, talking to people. I did a motivational speech. People were excited, taking pictures, selfie photos.
Yes.
I said, this is it. I gotta take this and run. And over time, I have 12 books on Amazon today.
Okay.
I'm so excited, and I became Azuka, you are seeing today on TV,
Yeah.
speaking, inspiring people in churches, in schools, even on the streets of America.
Okay,
My
good.
greatest excitement is when I walk into a store to pick up maybe a bunch of banana. I see a young kid run to me. Azuka, you came to our school last year. Oh my God, Mommy, this is Azuka. You don't know Azuka. It's very exciting.
Oh,
I'm so
that's amazing.
grateful.
Well, congratulations. That's a good feeling. And I like what
Thank
you
you.
said. You said every job I had was the best job.
Yes.
Now, most people don't think like that. So your mind is obviously trained to think a certain way, because people say, well, I had good jobs, but most of them were bad. Then I got my dream job. Or I
Yes.
had a few good ones and a few bad ones. But you said every job I had was the best job. So that kind of leads me to believe that you have to find gratitude in every situation.
In every situation.
In every situation.
Every single thing.
There's a blessing in every opportunity.
Every single thing. Being alive alone is a touchdown.
Yes.
So anything that happens in life, we should be very grateful. Not just being grateful, feel deeply
Well, it's a
grateful.
feeling, and then you
It's the
attract more
feeling.
of that. So you
Yes.
attract what you feel is
You
what
do.
I read.
That's right.
You don't just attract what you think, you kind of attract what you feel, because a feeling is an
Yes.
energy, and
Feeling
energies
is
attract
energy.
other energies.
Yes, that's
So, but it starts with the thought.
Yes.
So it's really, again, just disciplining yourself. So, I'm sure all that information is in your books,
Yes.
how to attain that.
Yes.
Oh, that's remarkable.
Thank you.
So what about people who are in a negative situation and not ideal, maybe some sort of abuse, or they're in a situation where they don't want to be and they know they're going to be coming out of it? How would you advise them?
Every situation in life is a phase. Nothing lasts forever. I tell people who are in a negative situation to stay positive, saturate their mind with events of life that relates to positivity, exciting events,
Okay.
things that has happened in their life in the past that were beautiful. Events happen in life, negative or positive, but the positivity aspect of life always outshines the negative.
Right. Because you believe in the power of prayer.
Because we believe in the power of prayer, I do.
Right,
I do,
okay. So
because
your
of
higher
it.
powers obviously had a huge impact on your life and your success. Can
Yeah.
you speak more to that?
Prayers has been my thing from birth.
I think
Growing-
it's a difference between
Yeah.
everything, good and bad, and
Yes.
success and failure.
Yes.
Prayer.
Yes. Yes. Mom will always teach me the power of prayer. We woke up at 5 a.m. We sing, praise God. I'm a Christian. I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
We pray. Mom taught me that prayer means what you want to happen for yourself.
Right.
So over time, as I began to develop myself, I realized that positive affirmation is also a form of prayer.
Right, and actually that was the next thing on my mind, you read it,
Okay.
was do you also do your daily affirmations?
Yes.
Because people don't
Yes.
realize when you're driving you can do
Yes.
affirmations, and when
Yes.
you're having any thoughts in your head, you're always in dialogue
Yes.
with the Spirit and
Yes.
what's in your head right now, right?
Yes.
So you are in constant communication, and
Yes.
those are affirmations.
Yeah.
Well, I'm tired. That's an affirmation.
That's an affirmation.
I'm excited. That's an affirmation, you know? So everything, and then is it
Yes.
true that affirmations, they manifest and become true?
They do. They manifest, they become true because affirmation has changed my life.
I see.
For instance, let me give you a classical example. When I wake up in the morning, on my mirror where I groom myself, shave, and clean up, I have a note I put there. Today is going to be a very wonderful day. Today is a powerful day. Today is a day of miracle. Miracle will follow miracle. Wonders shall never cease today. And guess what? Miracles happen.
All the time. So that's miracle mindedness. Oh, I
Yes.
love that, and I'm very familiar with it.
Yes.
So you can go through that phase
Yes.
in your life, you know. And then sometimes I do that, and then when I don't do it, but when I do, I see
Yes.
miracles come.
Yes.
You will attract miracles when you
Yes.
have miracle thinking and
Yes.
mindedness, right?
Yes. Yes.
And it's small things are miracles, and
Yes.
it's actually not hard.
Yeah. And it's so funny. Sometimes when I tune myself to that high frequency, I tell myself, I'm going to see or meet somebody I will know at the store today. And I walk into a store, I meet somebody I know. The days I don't say it, I don't see anybody I know.
Wow.
It's amazing. And when I meet people I know, people that will come to me and say, Azuka, how are you? Long time. Let me say this to you. On Saturday, I was driving to a street fair. They invited me to a street fair. I just got there to talk to people. So I was looking for the right turn to make. My GPS wasn't doing well. So I stopped. But before I stopped, I said to myself, I'm going to see somebody I know that I will ask a question on navigating me to the right place. As I was pulling to the corner, I saw this guy. I didn't recognize him. But I said, sir, please, I'm looking for the street fair. Where is it? Oh, you go down, make a left, right there. Are you Azuka? I said, yes, I'm Azuka. Only one Azuka in the whole world that do it like me. Who are you? I was just being funny. He said, you came to Abraham Clark High School 2 years ago to speak to the students. My son was in the audience. Now he's at the university in Ohio on college scholarship. Azuka, I'm so grateful you spoke to my son and the students. That's the power.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's always working.
Yeah.
It's
working.
always working in the universe. So either we
Yes.
tap into it or we don't. So it's like source power,
Yeah,
right?
the choice is yours.
The choice is yours, and we're always making a conscious choice. So there's a lot of resistance when people get beat up. You know,
Yes.
they think they're kind of, I guess, saying, well, we don't want to tap in, but they're actually harming themselves
Yes.
by not doing that. So what do you speak to children about?
I speak to children about how to start early.
So you speak at high schools
Yes,
for
I
this?
speak at high schools, middle schools, kindergarten. I catch them young.
Okay, and
Yeah.
your top is mostly on positive thinking.
On positive thinking, on how to live a great life starting young.
Okay.
I strongly believe in one thing. My mom caught me young when I was very small. At the age of 4, my mom exposed me to the importance, and my dad too, to the importance of reading newspapers, reading books. By the age of 10, my father will go to the newspaper stand on Sunday and buy 12 different newspapers, Nigerian newspapers, and he will make sure I will read all of them before the week ends, before he buys the next set. So I was always reading.
Okay, awareness of, global awareness.
Global awareness, information,
Sure.
literary awareness. So at a very young age, I learned that knowledge is not just power. Applied knowledge is power.
Oh,
Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. You can have all the knowledge in the world. If you don't apply it,
applied
you have no knowledge.
Amazing.
So that's how I started. So over time, I realized that the foundation of what I'm doing today boils down to the grooming my parents gave me. So that's what I'm imparting into the younger generation, not only in America, worldwide, so they can start early, read as much as possible, believe in yourself, work hard, have hope in life. Hope is big.
Hope is big.
Hope is big
So
in
hope
life.
is kind of diminishing in today's
It's
world.
diminishing in today's
So you
world.
want we need more people
Yes.
like you to
Yes.
light it back
Yeah.
up.
So I try to globally reinforce that hope in people so that people will understand that no matter how bad it is, you can still bounce back and live a happy and hopeful life as against living a hopeless life.
What's your main source of hope?
God.
God.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So do you speak about God when you go to these places, or?
It depends on the,
Sure.
the environment, but
Okay.
I'm proud of my God, and I'm
Oh,
very
yes.
deeply grateful for how far He has brought me
Oh,
in life.
yes. Yes, likewise.
Yes.
That's very good. So you said something that I really like. You said you are always under construction.
Yes.
And I think we all are always under construction.
Yes.
That's a very wise way to put it.
Yes.
So tell me more about that.
Azuka is always learning. Azuka is always open to gain knowledge from people. I'm not a perfect being. I'm not the best motivational speaker in the world, but I am Azuka, a motivational speaker. So I'm always learning different things from different people. I'm perfecting every day on my speaking skills. I read books, how to develop my physical strength. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I learn from younger ones, very much younger than me. I learn from older ones. I learn from people who look my age. I learn from the front desk staff. Azuka is always learning how to be a better person. And at the same time, as I learn how to be a better person, I also translate the information to other people so they can also live a great life and happy
Oh,
life.
yes. So pass on what you learn, right? Don't keep the
Yes,
wisdom,
yes.
right? So,
I'm always evolving.
so it's a
always
form
learning.
of discipline. And I think
Yes.
humility is because if you're learning from people
Yes.
who are better than you, worse than you, you can learn from anyone, right? Just like you can be grateful in any situation.
That's right.
So I think it takes a certain set of eyes and ears to do that, right?
That's right. It does.
So how do you train people for discipline, specifically younger people?
For younger people, I tell them, first of all, know who you are. Know what you want to be in life. By the age of 15, 16, you should be able to know exactly what you want to be. Whether you want to go to school or not. Whether you want to be a mechanic, whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. So I tell young ones that to achieve anything in life, you have to be disciplined. We live in a society or in a world there's so much distractions.
Distractions, yes.
So much distraction from every angle. So kids are no longer focusing, they're not concentrating. And when you lack the power of focus and concentration, you're going to be wiped out.
Do you speak to millennials a lot?
I speak to millennials a
Okay,
lot.
because there's a lot of distractions.
Yes, a lot
with
of
them, yes.
distraction. So to, excuse me, to have that discipline, I tell them to have a focus, have a chief aim of what you want to achieve. Set goals. Long-term goals, short-term goals. And once you achieve any goal, set another goal. Life is about goal setting. I'm going to write till the day you put me in a casket, give me a pen and paper and computer, and I can't write no more. That's
Yes.
setting goals.
Yes.
That's discipline.
Discipline, okay, and following through. And
Following through.
so don't stop when you accomplish one goal, set another one
Set
immediately.
another immediately and block every form of distractions
Okay.
that can stop you from reaching those goals.
What are some of these distractions? You mean social media?
Social media is a wonderful thing that has happened in our lifetime. I'm so excited for social media. However, you have to draw a line when to stop
Yes.
and do some other things. Social media has made life so easy. In the
Yes.
palm of your hand, you have every information. I can Google the capital of any country in the world, and that's what I'm doing now. Every evening, I learn 2 or 3 capitals of the world. I can Google India, I can Google Laos, I can Google Panama.
Did you Google India?
I do. I Google.
Okay.
I learned their capital, and it's
What's
amazing.
our capital? This isn't Jeopardy, don't worry.
So, in essence, discipline is important in one's life.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's very important.
So I think that's wonderful that you speak to the younger audience about that, because like
Yes.
you said, they have to start from a younger age,
Young
right?
age.
Wow.
And once you get it at a very young age, you take off like a rocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to the law of attraction, you mentioned that if you say these affirmations in the morning, today I will see someone I know,
Yes.
or I'm sure you've said other affirmations and
Yes.
they've come true. So that's not a coincidence. Can you, what would you say to people who don't believe in that or don't want to practice that?
People come to me and ask me, why are you this Azuka everybody is attracted to? People want to talk to you, they want to shake your hands, they want to read your books, even when they don't want to read the book, later they buy it. They may not read, but they buy it. I tell them because Azuka sat down to recreate himself to refine himself.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, I don't tell people, do this, do this, do this, so you can become positive. I live by example. So when they see by induction over time, maybe every day somebody wakes up, they're angry, they're frustrated, things don't seem to be moving well. Even when they are not moving well, there are still some other things in their lives that are going well they should be grateful for. And the more you focus on the grateful aspect of the things happening in your life, the more they expand, because what you focus on expands.
Right.
So by induction,
People don't realize that.
by modeling, by seeing these things, they tend to copy some of the positive aspects of life. People come to me and tell me, I'm not happy. How can I be happy? Some want to learn. Those people I take time to teach. People who don't want to learn, I don't go to people asking them, do you want to learn? Do you want to learn this? I put the message out there, depending on what you want. Remember, positive thinking is not for everybody.
So you have to have the willingness. So I think once you have willingness, then you can develop them further.
Yes, but once you have the willingness and approach me, I will teach you the principles on how to get from where you are to where you want to be, because the capacity is there in you, the potential is there. It's latent, it's hidden in most people, but haven't been able to ignite it.
I see.
To make it work for them.
Oh, yeah. So they have a lot of blocks and resistance. So it's about uncovering that, maybe uncovering the pain, the past, and then you said it's latent.
Yes.
So once you wake it up, you find that most people have that. Everyone has that.
Everyone has that.
Everyone has that.
And if there are pains in the past, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. It's a new phase. It's a new day.
Yes.
It's a beautiful era. Do something for your life. Get excited. Work on your goals. Things will happen. It's so funny. Once you start making it work, people will come.
Yes.
They will support you. Opportunities will flow. I didn't even know Geeta before.
Yeah.
You saw me on social media and said, you're going to be on my show, and look at me today. I am so excited.
Yes.
But how did I get here? Because I sat down to work on myself.
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very impressed by your book. So which book is your favorite?
I would say my favorite is Daily Motivation for Success.
Okay.
Because in this book, every day has a quote. Every single day, 365 days of the year.
Can we read the one for today?
You ready? I'm ready.
All right, yeah, let me know.
Today is October 4.
So this is going to be exciting.
October 4. I have a wealth of unlimited ideas, power, energy, and resources inside me. I utilize them to create the best life possible. I read this in the morning. I read this in the morning. In the process of reading this, I reflect on the words here. I have a wealth of unlimited ideas.
Ideas, okay.
Now, whatever ideas that comes to your mind as you are reading it, I have spaces here. Write them down.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so journaling is important to you.
Journaling is very important.
So you write down your goals
Yes.
and your affirmations
Yes.
so the universe can create them.
Yeah, create them.
Because you're putting it out there. The
Yes.
energy is being created.
Yes, but you still have to get to work.
And then you have to, but you will attract the way, and then
Yes.
when you get the idea, you act
Yes,
on it, right?
You act on it.
Yes, you
Yeah,
act on it.
Yeah, and the best way to act on an idea is once you get that idea.
Do it right away.
Don't wait a second. Drop whatever you are doing. Work on that idea. If it's just right, I'll tell you how I wrote this book. When I got the idea for the Power to Excel, I was sleeping 2 a.m. I woke up. That was my first book.
Okay.
2 a.m. I woke up.
How long did it take to write it?
This took me a year.
Okay.
But as I began to write more, it takes me like 6-7 months.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
But you got the idea at 2 a.m.
Yes. I got the idea at 2 a.m. I jumped up, started my computer, just started writing.
You started
writing things down.
too.
Writing things
Oh,
down.
notes, right. I've done
Yes.
that. I've written
Yeah.
a book too, which I'm going to publish. So
Till
I
about
know.
6 a.m. and then I went to sleep. Over time, this is the book.
That's how the inspiration comes.
That's how the
Yeah,
inspiration
at the
comes.
oddest times you won't even think, but when it comes, you have to write it down because you lose the thought.
Because you
otherwise.
can forget.
Right.
And when you forget, you may not remember it again.
Yes.
And that might be the idea that will change your life.
Right. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay. So, what would you advise younger people today who are watching the show?
Listen carefully to this show. Go back, replay it over and over time. Practice the principles in the show, which I've mentioned. Some of them you also mentioned too. Believe in yourself. Work hard. Don't let anybody define you.
So don't limit yourself into a
Yes.
box.
Yes.
Think outside the
Yes,
box.
think outside the box. Explore the world. Ask questions.
Yes.
Know what you want to achieve. Once you know that, write it down. Make it your chief aim. Concentrate on it and stay determined.
Determined. Wow.
Determination can move mountains.
Okay.
And let me tell you something, Geeta. Nothing can stop the firm resolve of a determined soul. Once you're determined, it's done.
Amen.
It's done.
I receive that. Nothing can stop
Nothing can stop the firm resolve,
firm
of a determined soul. And I drew that from the words of Calvin Coolidge,
Very nice.
the 30th United States President,
Oh, okay.
a Republican lawyer from Vermont.
Okay.
He
very
said, nothing in this world will take the place of persistence and determination.
good. I see.
He said, talent will not. The world is full of unsuccessful people with talents. They have talents, but they're unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful people with
talents.
talent. So they gave up. They gave up on life.
He said, genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost like a proverb. Then he ended it with the quote I love most. Only persistence and determination are omnipotent. When you persist and you are determined, there's no two ways about it.
Well,
You will
I
get
think
it.
you gave people a really good door. You opened a good door here when you said you were always under construction.
Yes.
Because a lot of people have guilt as a block,
Yes.
or the past. Well, I did this, maybe something happened, so I can't now do this because that happened. But what you said makes sense. If you're always under construction, it's about forgiving yourself. And it's about allowing yourself to have that determination and release the resistance.
Yes, and appreciating where you
And
are.
gratitude.
And gratitude,
And so it's a
gratitude is
blossoming.
amazing. Appreciate every step.
Yeah.
When I was traveling to this place, I stopped to buy gas, put some gas in my car. I'm like, oh my God, look at me. I'm trying to put gas in my car to go to a TV show.
Yes.
I was watching the guy pumping gas in my car, It's exciting.
It's exciting.
Every little step of life is exciting.
And now, because of this, you'll attract more excitement. Because you were appreciative about this experience, you'll get another one and another one. And, you'll
And
keep
excitement attracts excitement,
Right.
attracts people. Who doesn't want to be laughing? Who doesn't want to be
going.
smiling?
Yes. Oh, yes. And they say happiness creates happiness.
It creates
So it
happiness.
kind of, it's
Yes.
it's a whole way of thinking.
And it boils down to living your best life. So when it's time to go and rest, you would have lived every aspect of your life.
You'll
You
be
don't-
fulfilled.
You'll be fulfilled. You don't want to live an unlived life.
Right, an
Then
unlived
you
life.
wake up one day, you're
like,
90 years old.
you don't
it's
want to
over.
live an unlived life. These are some really
You
good
don't wanna
quotes.
live an unlived life.
Good takeaways, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and like you said, the world is full of talented, unsuccessful people.
Yes.
So sometimes, even if they don't have as many talents, it's
Yes.
because the mind, the brain power, the discipline up there, it's basically mind matter and
Yes.
miracle thinking,
Yes.
miracle mindedness
Yes.
that brought them to
Yeah.
great depths
Yeah.
in society. And
Yeah.
these are the great leaders
Yeah.
and successful people, really,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like you said, everyone has it.
Everyone has it.
Everyone
I
has
was listening to a videotape on YouTube a couple of days ago. One great speaker said, the greatest place on earth where we have the most wealth is at the cemetery.
Okay.
Then he said that is where you have talents that were not developed,
Ah.
books that weren't written,
Oh, wow.
knowledge that weren't tapped into, motivational speeches that weren't given. And when I read that, when I listened to that, it changed so much about me. It's about living in the moment every single day, so you best be the best version of yourself.
Wow.
So when it's time to go, you would have left so much legacies, because at the point of death, the books won't matter to you anymore. This watch has no meaning anymore, or this cup, or this book, or this shoe. Maybe they like my shirt. It doesn't make any meaning anymore. The meaning is, what legacies are you passing on
And fulfillment.
in fulfillment
Do you
to the
feel
next
accomplished?
generation?
Right.
You feel
So you-
accomplished like
a
yourself.
generational, yes, blessing.
Blessing.
A generational.
I'm so grateful. I think I'm leaving some little legacies for the younger ones.
Oh yeah, no, this is great.
I'm
Yeah,
just teasing
absolutely.
you.
I'd love to
Yeah.
go through more of your books here
Thank
when
you.
we turn the camera off.
Thank you.
But I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. We are out of time, and this has been a huge blessing to me.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
been wonderful.
Thank you so much. You think you're excited? I am more excited than you've been on this show.
Well, excitement attracts excitement, so here we go, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and miracle mindedness does work, so I hope you start to practice it at home. Thank you, and see you next week.